Does this look familiar? The combination square, a common tool for marking lines parallel to an edge of your workpiece. But for every new measurement, the head must be relocated. It's time-consuming and inaccurate. There must be a better way. Introducing the new INCRA T rule. It does the same job as your old combination square and much more. But instead of adjusting a headpiece for each new measurement, simply move your pencil to another hole. It's like a combination square that's always set to every measurement and far more accurate. Use the 1/32 inch holes for drawing lines. Here we are marking drill centers for a cabinet door handle, 1 inch from this edge, then 2 inches and 5 inches from this edge. It's also a precision T-square for marking at right angles to the edge of your work. And you can precisely locate short marks using the individually numbered 1/16 and 1/32 inch marking slots. Or use the 1/64 inch scale for ultra high resolution. The professional T rule even includes marking holes every 1/100th of an inch. Now that's precision. And remember, any of the INCRA rules can be used for marking metal by simply using a sharp scribe. For even more versatility, the T-bar is adjustable for making precise vertical measurements above your work surface. The handy 3-inch Tiny T is perfect for small workpieces and tucks away in your shop apron pocket. INCRA T rules are offered in 3, 6, 12, and 18-inch lengths. Metric versions are also available.
The Milescraft grabber is a multi-purpose push block that provides excellent control while jointing, routing, or ripping material. It features a soft grip ergonomic handle that provides comfort and control while keeping your hand away from the cutting tools. Its diamond grip rubber bottom gives you maximum strength to safely hold your workpiece in place while preventing marring. The durable body allows you to safely control your workpiece in all applications, and its high visibility yellow makes it easy to find in busy shops. The Grabber by Milescraft gives you complete control over your workpiece in any situation.
Bessey spindle clamps are an economical way to add edge clamping to your clamp rack. They attach easily to the bar of your existing clamps, turning them into a light-duty edge clamp. The bar clamp holds onto the panel, while the spindle clamp applies pressure to the edging. The single spindle version actually locks to the bar of your clamp, so it works as a one-handed clamp, holding itself in place until you're ready to apply the pressure. The dual spindle version features a yoke that straddles the bar of your clamp and applies pressure on both sides of the clamp. Great for adding a little extra clamping force wherever you need.
Let's talk about the Massca pocket hole jig set. In this kit, we've included our twin pocket hole jig, drill bit, hex key, and stop collar. And on the back, you'll find an instruction manual. You can use our pocket hole jig for repairs or to work on new projects. For the correct setup for new projects, flip the end piece of the jig and set it as is. Here, we'll show you how to measure the actual thickness of your wood. This piece is 3/4 of an inch thick. Now, let's set up your drill bit. Align the shoulder of the drill against the depth setting gauge to match the wood thickness. Tighten the stop collar, ensuring it is seated against the drill bit piece. Now, let's start drilling some pocket holes. Grab your clamp and clamp down your jig and your wood piece to your table. Grab your drill along with the drill bit inserted, and you're ready to start drilling. Now, let's talk about screws. Since the wood that we're going to be working with today is 3/4 of an inch thick, the pocket hole screw that we're going to need is going to be a 1 1/4 inch length.
This is a quick video to show you how to flip the blade or rule on the Swanson Tool Company combination squares. I used our 6-inch, the TC130, just for purposes of this demonstration, but it works the same way for all of the combination squares we make. Right now you've got the centimeters on the top, and maybe you want to be able to mark the 30 seconds straight across. Just loosen this nut, slide the blade out, and so long as you remember to accommodate that little notch for the channel cut into the blade, you're good to go. Tighten, and it's just that simple. Now you've got the 30 seconds on top, and you're good to go. Same thing for the 1/8 and 16th marks on this side of the blade. The notch is always going to be on this side, so the channel always has to be on this side, but you can flip it and get the 16ths on top for easy marking too.
INCRA's new HingeCrafter lets you create finely crafted wooden hinges with your LS positioner. Just follow the step-by-step instructions to cut, drill, and pin beautiful wooden hinges in 4 different sizes and lengths up to 10 inches. A great way to make your project designs really stand.
New from Woodpeckers, the M2 Box Clamps. They're like having an extra pair of hands. With our M2 box clamps, you can glue up or dry fit any 90-degree joint quickly and easily and know your joint is square. They quickly adjust for use with material ranging in thickness from a 1/4 inch to a full 1 inch. And with a twist of the knob or a turn of a hex key, depending on your clamping application, provides ample torque to tighten the clamp, square your stock, and secure the joint. The M2 is molded using a nearly indestructible glass fiber-filled polycarbonate, and because it's molded, allows us to add 4 parallel tracks embedded in the base of the clamp. They mate with 4 rows of teeth on the adjustment wedge. When locked in place, the adjustment wedge becomes a perfectly square bevel for the clamping wedge to work against. and all it takes is a few turns of an Allen wrench to lock it in place. The clamping wedge, with its simple beveled design, moves in 3 different directions at once. With a turn of a bolt or twist of a knob, the clamping wedge with its new stainless steel rectangular plate provides even clamping pressure to push the material down against the base and island walls, applying an enormous amount of clamping force. And the clamping wedge automatically adjusts sideways for different size material thicknesses, like clamping a 3/4 inch drawer front to a 1/2 inch drawer side. Woodpeckers M2 Box Clamp now has an easy setup feature with 3 common stock thickness dimensions: 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/4 of an inch. Now you can quickly adjust our box clamp to fit your stock dimensions in seconds. Just align the back edge of the adjustment wedge with the thickness dimension needed and lock it in place. Slide the clamping wedge against the adjustment wedge and position your stock in the clamp. Now just tighten the clamping wedge to square and lock your stock in place. It's that simple. The unique space-saving open design of the M2 offers more dead-true clamping surface than other comparable clamps. Its open design lets you easily drill, screw, or nail along the full length of your joint. And it works great on butt joints, miters, dados, rabbets, half-blind, and through dovetails, and box joints even when material overhangs the joint face. The M2, configured with a knob, can be used as a handheld clamp for assembling projects, like a bookcase with dado joints for holding shelves, or as part of a fixture for multiple identical box assemblies. Our new M2 box clamps can be used in pairs, allowing easy access to the clamping wedge screw, even in deep boxes. Are you a pocket hole joinery fan? Woodpeckers box clamps are the answer to your prayers. They will hold your mated pieces firmly in place as you screw them together without slipping. Get a pair. Woodpeckers M2 box clamps are sold in pairs and are far less expensive than bar clamps. Each pair comes with both knobs and hex keys, so they're ready to use with just about any type box or cabinet joint you'll run into. When you want square corners, you just can't beat Woodpeckers M2 box clamps. These clever clamps are just one of many innovative, high-quality woodworking tools available at woodpeck.com.
Joinery requirements come in many sizes and many shapes, from the really small to the very tall. From the classic lines of the equally spaced standard to the unique look of the center-keyed box joint, or the stylish appeal and variability of the splined box joint. And the new INCRA iBox is up to every challenge. Combine it with your table saw, and the iBox makes even difficult-to-cut materials like plywood easy to join. And the results are always perfect. You can even use the iBox to locate glass-smooth, cross-grain cuts like these for an unlimited selection of decorative moldings. A great way to put a little pop into your next cabinetry project. And at the router table, you'll discover many new joinery possibilities to add to your skill set. Did we mention handmade wooden hinges? Well, it's all possible with the new INCRA iBox. The iBox is designed both as a carrier to hold and move your workpiece safely through the cut, and as a precision positioner to locate your work as you move from cut to cut across the width of the piece. As a carrier, the iBox feature set is substantial. The hard anodized aluminum fence is bidirectional for use on both left and right tilting saws and is self-supported, featuring its very own INCRA Glide Lock miter bar for precision tracking in your miter channel. Just a quick turn of the fastener will fine-tune the bar to a whisper-smooth glide in your table saw or router table, and you'll never have to tie up your favorite miter gauge just to cut a few box joints. T-slots provide an easy means of attaching and adjusting the included backing board for tear-out-free cutting, and the wide, flat top of the fence was designed to provide support for a wooden hand screw clamp during cutting operations. front and rear blade guards follow the #1 tenet in woodworking safety, keeping your hands safely well away from the area of the cut. And the acrylic deflector shield increases operator safety by deflecting sawdust back down to the table. The front guard doubles as a vertical stock support and is adjustable to provide support for material thicknesses from 1/8 to 1 1/4. The U-shaped view cutout on top allows the operator to easily see the engagement of a previously cut groove over the positioning pin plates. The forward-mounted stock ledges provide optimum support for your stock on both sides of the cut. They are adjustable in or out depending on the cut width and pin plate positions, and include a T-slot for locking down the front blade guard. But the real magic is in the iBox pin plate positioning mechanism. Just loosen the locking knob and zero the pin plates to your cutter. We call this KISS calibration. Then simply turn the red knob to adjust the pin plates to fit a test cut made with your blade. The iBox's dual-pitch lead screw-based positioning engine does the rest, simultaneously setting the all-important correct distance between the pin plates and the blade. Tighten the locking knob and you'll be ready to cut some perfect-fitting box joints. And here's the really great news. When used with a standard stack dado blade at your table saw, you may never need to zero again. That's because the zero position for a narrow dado setup is exactly the same as the zero position for a wide dado setup. After your one-time KISS calibration, just open the pin plates to fit a test cut made with any cut width you select. In the included DVD, we'll detail setup and basic use at both the table saw and the router table, so you'll be comfortable with either choice as your workstation. Then we'll apply some method to the amazing magic of the iBox's unique features to produce some interesting new joinery. Each of the joinery sections has most of the info covered in the first few minutes, but we'll make the entire box so you can get a better feel for the routine. And the tips and techniques sections will offer some quick tips to help you get the most out of the new INCRA iBox.